Here's how to manipulate men into wanting you as their girlfriend.
Emotional, damn it!
It's actually very simple. It's very obvious, and I'm gonna dive right in. In order for him to understand what he's missing out on, like how amazing it could be, you have to show him. So in order to do that, what you can do is give him the girlfriend privilege. A few examples of that would be cook for him, bake for him, give him head scratches, they go crazy for that. Randomly send him cute messages that give him butterflies. I have a whole series on how to do that, by the way, so check that out if you're interested. Anyway, you show him how perfect it could be and you allow him to get used to that. And then you take it away. Essentially what this will do, of course, is make him miss that time where everything was perfect for him. And it will make him crave that time. It will make him crave what he had. Because now suddenly that's gone and he doesn't really know why. Essentially, he's gonna be confused. He's gonna be like, wait, why is it gone? Why is it different now? What did I do? What did I do wrong? I want that back. What I just described is kind of like a softer version of alternating between love bombing and gray rocking. That is also something you can do. I just really don't recommend it because it's very toxic. And once you've done that to someone, it's not really that possible to go back to like a healthy relationship, because it's so toxic. So don't do that. I recommend showing him how amazing it could be, giving him all the girlfriend privilege, and then taking it away. Because honestly, if he doesn't want to commit to you, he doesn't deserve the girlfriend privileges, does he? That way you're kind of training him. You're kind of showing him, if you're not willing to commit, this treatment, this privilege, you cannot have because you're not committing. Also, I hate to break it to you, but you might have to do this like multiple times because, you know, men sometimes don't get it the first time around. Anyway, I hope this helped. Good luck on your mission, girly, and follow me for more content like this. Okay, bye. Here's how to
All right, so essentially, this girl is teaching her audience how to manipulate men into liking them more. Right? So she's going to love bomb you. She's going to treat you right to the point where you're in love, infatuated, and then she's going to rug pull you. She's going to take it all away, right? So I'm just wondering, would you do this to a person that you really like? Like, for instance, like a high value person, a celebrity, maybe like a Drake, Justin Bieber, someone like that. And how do you think they would react to you playing such games like that? Do you think they would stay around? Do you think that they would have something to say about it? I think these kind of caliber of men would just move on because they have options and they're not idiots. So that kind of strategy doesn't work too well for everybody, right? But I'm guessing she's thinking that most of her audience is going to be dealing with the average men, and you know how women feel about the average man, right? So yeah, never follow a woman's lead. Unfortunately, I have to say that because as you see, she wants to teach you and train you how to behave, right? You're better off just being a man and taking the lead because she wants a leader anyways. So why would you be following her? She wants a leader. You're a leader. So you lead. Okay? Don't follow her lead. You're going to end up at the end of your relationship for sure. Okay? And last point is I sense a lack of awareness in this person. She uploads a video on TikTok about manipulating men doing this love bombing and then rug pull activities. It's not too bright, not too wise to be leaving such footprints out there for maybe your future spouse that might look upon this one day and look and think, I don't know if I like this. Just a thought. All right, let's take a look into the comment section. Okay, this person says they're not worth this much ever. Guess she's right and wrong because you shouldn't be doing the most like this, manipulating people, doing all types of activities like this. It's a waste of energy. But she's wrong in a sense where I sense that she might be a man hater. I don't want someone manipulated into committing to me. Yeah, that's smart, because if he's manipulated into committing to you, then it was all a lie in the first place. It wasn't genuine. It wasn't real, not organic. So let's take a look. But he is so innocent. I don't want to manipulate anyone. So you don't have to listen to this woman, because she wouldn't even use her own strategy. I'm telling you, she knows better. Okay. Just do you and be a good person, and everything should fall into place. Okay. On to the next.
And hit me, then blame me and say this is the reason why I don't take you out nowhere. This is triggering, and I'm gonna tell you a story. My oldest kid's dad, different man than my husband. I remember trying to go to him to get some money for the kids, track him down, hunt him down just to get some money from him. Just a sidebar, I was young. I learned to stop doing that, okay? I keep my energy to myself. But back to the story. I was finally able to track him down, and he said, you can come get this money. It was literally only like $20. Now, I'm already upset and I'm hurt because I'm crying. I'm begging for money. I'm begging for some help for your kids. Once I pull up, he come outside and he throw the money in the car. I was just gonna take the money and go on about my business, but something he said to me, and I promise you, I do not remember what he said. Whatever he said to me, it made me react so bad, but he did it. He whispered it to me. It made me react like a crazy person. Like I went nuts. I went berserk. I was going crazy. I even ripped the money up. And I remember him standing back with a smirk on his face, like he was telling himself, job well done. Like he was patting himself on the back, and he was able to trigger.
Bro, if you did that, if you were smirking while she was going crazy, you truly are a demon.
Me and had me react and had me looking like a wild, crazy person in front of a whole block of people. When I tell you a whole block of people was outside and I'm in the car crazy going, fuck you. Here she go acting crazy. Literally had to learn to stop reacting, stop giving them my energy. The goal was for him to get me to react. He can say, this is the reason why I don't deal with her. Do you see? This is why I can't deal with her. When she call, don't answer the phone. When she want to know where I'm at, don't tell her where I'm at. Like that played right into his hand. I had to learn to protect myself, protect my energy, and stop falling into his trap. He wanted me to look like a crazy person so he can have justification for his behavior and his mistreatment of me. His flying monkeys, all his family and relatives, they loved that narrative that I was this crazy person because the majority of them were extremely jealous of me. Didn't want the narrative that I was a nice person. They did not want that narrative that I was humble. Didn't want that narrative that I was kind and generous and helpful. They wanted the lies to be true because they were jealous of me. Couldn't understand. They couldn't fathom. How is this girl over here humble? How is this girl over here fun, loving, and playful? How is this girl over here being all of this and beautiful at the same time? She relatable and she down to earth. Let me tell you, they went with his projections because they were jealous. And trust me, I understand that you have to protect yourself. And by all means, protect yourself. But I will say this, you won't have to protect yourself nearly as much, probably hardly ever, if you stay away from them. If we have to hold ourselves accountable, it's for your protection. We are adults, and the decisions that we make can land us in prison. The decisions that we make can take us away from our children. Decisions that we make can put us away for the rest of our life. Be accountable for your actions and understand that I need to get away from this person because every time I'm around them, they're triggering me to react. They want to provoke me to anger intentionally and hit me, then blame me and say this is the reason.
Okay, so we have a young girl here describing her past issues with her first baby dad, right? The person she's describing right now sounds like somewhat of a pookie, somewhat of a YN street dude, right? So she gets in a situation where she asks for money and he throws the money at her, okay? She mentioned that he whispered something to her, but she doesn't remember. But she remembers that it triggered her to the point where the whole block came out, right? Okay. When you say that you got triggered and you don't remember what triggered you, you're being deceptive. I feel like you're leaving out details in this story, okay? You say that the family members were jealous of you, that you were such a good person, this, that, and all that good stuff. But were you? Why were you and your baby dad in a bad situation in the first place? Why was he running from you? Why did he throw the money at you? You know what I'm saying? There's things that we do to each other that are very detrimental. It sounds like your baby dad was mad at you for a reason you're not disclosing, okay? There's always two sides to a story, two sides to a coin, you know? And when you're not telling us exactly how you were, the real you, because you were saying that, they were jealous because you're so pretty, so kind, so smart. But you know what I mean? The whole family is just jealous of you for that. It doesn't make any sense. Okay? But she says that she's moved on from then. She's taking more accountability and she's making changes in her life. So kudos for that. Okay. Let's take a look at the comment section. My husband had to drive 2 hours to pick up money from him. It was balled up. When I got home, it was 5 $1 bills. Maybe that's his last. Maybe that's all the money he had, and he gave it to you. Okay. So they also glitch and say repulsive things out loud, then tell you that's not what you heard. Actually, seems like a situation that I had with someone before, where I said, "You're acting dumb right now." Okay, and she looked at me and said, "Are you saying I'm dumb?" I was like, "No, I'm saying you're acting dumb right now." But in her eyes, in her mind, how she interpreted it is, I was calling her dumb. Okay, this seems like something that she's describing with this glitch right here. Okay. Yep. Mine used to smile. Jeez, a lot of smilers. We got a lot of sinister baby dads walking around, apparently. Yeah, that's why you got to choose wisely who you open your room for. On to the next one.
I need some advice. So this one time I was hanging out with this guy, right? And everything was cool. We drinking, talking. His friend is over. We just parlaying, whatever. He answers his phone on speaker, right? Okay. And it's a girl. It's a female, right? And he's talking to her, they're conversing, whatever. I'm not really paying attention because me and his homeboy are kind of conversing about some of my content. My content, gets some, it gets talked about. So he wanted to, talk about my content. So we're talking about it. I'm not really listening. I'm not really listening to what he's saying. Towards the end of the conversation, he's like, yeah, all right. She's like, all right, I love you. He's like, I love you too. Huh? And I'm like, fuck. So I was like, okay, yeah, all right. I put that in the back of my mind. I was like, all right, whatever. And then after me and old buddy finished our conversation, I was like, who's that on the phone? Like, who you saying? That was your cousin? He's like, oh no, that was my baby mom. I said, you tell your baby mom, y'all say I love you? He's like, that's the mother of my children. Called an attitude. I'm like, okay. I'm like, so y'all still love each other, or that's the mother of my children? I didn't say nothing. I was just like, okay, because I don't have kids, so maybe I don't understand that bond or that love, but a lot of my friends that have baby dads, or when they like talk to the dad about the kid, they don't end the conversation with, all right, love you. So like, I can understand you saying like, oh yeah, like if we're conversing, you're like, oh, I'm always have love for her because she mothered my children. Cool. But all right, love you. And then, all right, love you too. Whoa, in front of me though. Okay. So, yeah, what y'all think about that?
Yeah, it's a major red flag. Major red flag. You can be cordial with your baby moms or baby dad. That's no problem. But when you crossing the line to the point where you're saying "I love you" in a way where it sounds like you're still intimate, that just sounds very bad. It just feels very bad. It's almost disrespectful. You know, because we hear this "I love you" and we see you get defensive, and it just puts up this signal in our head that maybe something's going on, and nobody wants to live in doubt with this thing hanging over our heads. And this is another reason why men with options tend not to choose single mothers, women with kids. It's not because you guys are bad people or anything. It's just situations like this can arise. And we just don't want to be intertwined in some kind of love triangle. Okay? That's it. So let's take a look at the comments. I get this because me and my daughter's mom used to do it when I was single. We're cool and her dude was cool with it. But when I got into a relationship, we stopped because my lady was thinking probably just the same. Like, yeah, like, it doesn't make any sense when you're single either, because if you love her and she loves you, why aren't you guys together? Doesn't make any sense. Just weirdness. Okay, I have love for her, but not in love with her. Okay, that's reasonable, but just don't say you love her. Okay, boundaries. If you still have a good relationship with the other person, what's the problem? It means it just didn't work out, not that they're a bad person. Yeah, that's true, but if they're such a good person and you guys are such in a good relationship, then why are you not together? It just sounds silly. Yeah. On to the next.
All men are going to sexually harass you, most of them.
What?
How? Hold on, bro. How?
Okay? That's just what men do. If you work somewhere or whatever, they're going to say something, do something, because that's the nature of men, most of them. Just think about the women who don't get any harassment because they're ugly. And wish somebody would harass them. Just think like that. Wish somebody would harass me. Shoot. I'm sitting over here. Thought I looked good, but I guess I don't look good enough to get harassed. So when you get mad about harassment, imagine that girl sitting over there who wished she could be harassed, fantasize about getting harassed, and can't get harassed. Hey, it means you look good. If you're being harassed, use it. Get some money. Get them to do your work for you. Get them to give you $20 for gas. Get them to buy your lunch. Get all of them to buy you stuff. And then that harassment will turn into money and gifts. Use them. Why don't let them use you? You use them, baby. That's how you turn it. Oh, you look so good. Oh, really? Because you know what? I'm out of gas. Do you have $20? Oh, yeah, I got it. You want me to pump it for you? Sure, if you don't mind. Oh, you look good, baby. What's your phone number? Well, that's off too right now. I'll give you my phone number, but it's not going to be cut back on until I get paid. Well, how much is your phone bill, baby? Now I can't ask you to do that. No, come on, I got you. Okay. Get them phone bills paid. All right, so you're going to give me your number, right? Yeah, I sure will. Give him the number, then block. You don't want to talk to him. You can block on iPhones real easy. All men are going to sexually harass you. Most.
Okay. So this lady, she talked about the word harassment a lot. Harassment. So essentially, male attention is harassment. Okay. She's basically saying, insinuating in many ways that God designed men to harass women. Okay. I would suggest she use a different word than harassment, because in her eyes and her logic, it's harassment when you're not the type of guy she likes, but it's attention when it's the guy that she does like. Okay. The failed logic is seen right there. Okay. She mentioned that ugly girls wish to be harassed. See? You know what I mean? The word actually has no meaning. Harass is a negative thing. How can so-called ugly girls wish to be harassed, right? Because it's only being a harassment if you're an undesirable male. But if you're desirable, it's wanted attention. The logic is failing. Manipulation. Okay. She started preaching about use men at the end because we harass you, right? So she's gonna use us because we harass them or give them attention, essentially. Okay. But I generally see a lot of women on TikTok all day complaining about how men use them. Now you want to be the perp because you were the victim? It's failed logic. And that's what these women are preaching to each other, making them do bad things and choose bad choices that I see. All right, let's take a look at the comment section. The way my jaw dropped. At what? Exactly. Maybe it's the use men part. HR has entered the chat. Okay. He used me sexually. He started now relation. He left me. That hurt me. We work together. What should I do or act? Sad face. I'm just on silent mode. Well, if you mean that you guys mutually had sexual relations and he moved on to another partner, there's nothing you should do about it because you're both adults. You consented to sex and he made a choice to move on. What is it that he owes you? Exactly. He didn't use you because you used each other. So how are you the victim? Exactly. Okay. And guys, please refrain from having relations with your coworkers. It's so easy for them to destroy you with nothingness. She's thinking about destroying her coworker because in her brain, he used her for sex. Do you see the problem there? You're better off not engaging sexually with the women at work because it's more trouble than good. Okay, on to the next.
Manifest my own destiny. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, the perfect recipe. May they remember me, my words will live on. I'm guided by an energy, a flame, hold it close to you. Check out my melodies. It's the media that's been leading you, I'll show you a thing. Misdirection was the message, they don't want you to win.